Authorities in Cheyenne say the 38-year-old man wanted for the shooting death of a Scottsbluff woman last Tuesday died in an officer-involved shooting over the weekend. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, authorities say on Saturday afternoon, members of the Cheyenne Police Laramie County Joint SWAT Team were involved in an incident that resulted in a use of force action against David Saunders, the man charged in Tuesday night's murder on the west edge of Scottsbluff. After Saunders was determined to be in Cheyenne, further investigation revealed that he was located at a residence and SWAT team respondents were in the area to conduct surveillance. A warrant for Saunders was issued for officers to enter the residence, and while on scene, the SWAT team attempted to communicate with him, asking Saunders to exit the residence, but he refused. Officers deployed gas in an attempt to safely lure him out of the home, but Saunders pulled a firearm and officers fired on Saunders, killing him. Saunders was wanted out of Scottsbluff for the shooting death of his aunt, 63-year-old Karen Cooper. Well, first responders from several agencies responded to Lake Minnetonka Sunday after the Scottsbluff County Communications Center received two calls that sounded like different circumstances, but were actually one in which a teen was hit by a falling tree. Sheriff Mark Overman says the first call at 3:36 p.m. reported a 16-year-old male advised he was hit by a tree and is hurting pretty bad, and advised he was hit in the chest. A Game and Parks officer was on scene and later advised that the subject was alert and responsive, and responders could drop their emergency response. Sheriff Overman says a second call just 1 minute later reported 911 call, female screaming, barely able to understand, heard terms, water is too strong, I'm getting by the water, help. Says ultimately, law enforcement determined that both calls involved the same individual who had been transported to Regional West Medical Center by private parties. Law enforcement spoke with the parties involved and determined that the incident was accidental and did not involve any serious injuries. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
High Plains Auto Club presents the 23rd Annual Father's Day Rock and Roll Classic. Friday, June 17th. Registration begins at 2 p.m. at the Gearing Civic Center with a welcome barbecue, cruise for cash, and ice cream social. Saturday, June 18th, parade at 9 a.m., show and shine from 10 to 4, and awards banquet. To enter, go to highplainsautoclub.com or call 308-765-2418. This event is sponsored by Dairy Queen, Dooley Oil, and KNEB Rural Radio Network.
Back. A 56-year-old Scottsbluff man awaiting trial on a murder charge has been sentenced to up to 10 years in prison for his conviction on charges stemming from pulling a knife on his landlord and subsequently attacking him with his fists. On Friday, Scottsbluff County District Court Judge Andrea Miller sentenced Gregory Moore to 1 to 2 years on convictions of assault, causing bodily injury, and terroristic threats, with 355 days credit for time already served. Moore was also given a 4 to 8 year sentence for use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony, which will begin after the other two sentences are completed. Moore's second-degree murder case tied to a stabbing at a different apartment later that year is still under review by the Nebraska Court of Appeals, after his lawyer claimed that Moore's right to a speedy trial was violated. Well, a concert by an American contemporary Christian band will round out the entertainment lineup for the 135th Scottsbluff County Fair. Manager Lana Hubbard says the Scottsbluff County Ag Society is pleased to present the group I Am They on August 4th at 7 p.m. Early tickets are $15 and will be $20 at the gate. And like all other entertainment at this year's fair, seating will be general admission. Tickets go on sale June 8th. And summer movies for kids at the Midwest Theater will kick off this month starting tomorrow. Public screenings will be at 1:30 every Thursday in June. Midwest Theater Executive Director says this year's lineup is stellar, including screenings of Minions, Sing, Spirit Untamed, The Great Muppet Caper, and Puss in Boots. Estes adds that the Midwest Theater will be holding additional screenings specifically for child care providers, and people just simply need to contact the box office for more information. KNEB.TV News will be back right after the break.
Western CPAP Supply has earned an impeccable professional reputation within the Wyoming and Western Nebraska region. Helping you get a good night's sleep is our passion. Our amazing team understands sleep disorders from a personal and professional level. We use CPAPs and BiPAPs too, and sometimes it just helps to work with people who share common ground. Our accredited CPAP supply company is approved by Medicare and Medicaid and is in network with every major insurance company in the region. Western CPAP Supply. We're here to help.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, all quiet here across the region. As we go through the evening hours, we're going to see cloudy skies, maybe a sprinkle, light winds, but cool temperatures. Those are going to hang on for a little while, as we do expect there to be cool conditions, at least through tomorrow. Temps will moderate a bit Thursday. We still don't see a big warm-up coming, and thanks to that moisture, there will be some storms expected of an afternoon and evening variety, I think Friday through the weekend into early next week. 56 yesterday after a morning low of 47. An inch 13 through midnight in the rain gauge. That puts us, we're going to end the month of May above normal, but we're still an inch and 2800ths below normal for the year. And boy, yesterday was a much beneficial moisture day. Mentioned that inch 13 in Scottsbluff, 165 in Alliance. You could kind of see the line there of demarcation, areas to the north of this line picking up a decent amount of moisture, while areas to the south and east of there not picking up a whole lot. And then today, that same area has kind of been picked on again with some of the heavier showers. These are additional showers, not as much, but a little bit of light moisture in that same general vicinity, a few hundredths, over a quarter of an inch additional there in the Chadron area. Certainly very beneficial moisture here across the region. 70s are off to the south and east of us. In central and eastern Nebraska, we are in the 50s and 40s even in our area, 48 in Lusk, 65 in Ogallala. A contrast of temps there, and winds have been kind of gusty out of the north, 15 to 20, gusting 25 to 30 at times, and that's dropping wind chills, if you would, down into the 40s and 50s. And so certainly is a chilly evening out there, and we're going to see some clouds. Rain showers, I think, going to be where the areas weren't yesterday. We mentioned off to the north is where the showers were. Tonight, it's to the south of us, northeastern Colorado and the I-80 corridor that's going to get the moisture. Temperatures overnight 30s and low 40s. Now tomorrow, that moisture hangs on there in the southern portions of the region and then slides east and away from us As we look at tomorrow, we have just a isolated rain shower. That's about it. Partly cloudy skies will clear off tomorrow night and set the stage for a warm-up starting on Thursday. Highs tomorrow going to be in the 50s and 60s, so a little bit warmer than where we were today. Precip, not much coming in portions of the region, but boy, if you look off to the south of us, we do have a decent batch of moisture coming our way. We'll try that again for you, and data not reporting on some of this, but some of the areas here along the southern portions of the Nebraska Panhandle and into portions of northeastern Colorado could pick up a half an inch to an inch of moisture, and we certainly don't see snowfall coming. 44 tonight, breezy, cool. Winds are going to go down after the evening hours and become light. Tomorrow, not as cool, 66. Could see a rain shower. Better chances to our south. Sunny skies tomorrow, or as we go into Thursday and into the mid-70s. Again, some late-day storms. Friday and Monday are a couple of days to maybe circle for better chances of storms. Although through the weekend, we can't rule out some storms either. Temps back into the 70s and low 80s through the weekend, and then maybe back closer to 70 as we get into Tuesday of next week.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar.
Renewal by Andersen. Enjoy the view again. There is nothing like that morning cup of coffee when you have Renewal by Andersen windows. Their exclusive Fibrex material is twice as strong as vinyl. The difference is huge. No more drafts, no more absurd heating or cooling bills. A quiet home, the outside noise is gone. Renewal by Andersen's incredible financing offer is here right now. No money down, no interest, no payments for a full year. Book your free estimate right now at rbawyoming.com. Enjoy the view again with Renewal by Andersen windows.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
UNL Panhandle Research and Extension Center in Scottsbluff is running a research project on nitrogen and mint. Deepak Santra, Nebraska Extension Alternative Crop Breeding Specialist, says the research is to determine the amount of nitrogen a farmer needs for mint. He says right now some farmers are putting down up to 240 pounds an acre for irrigated mint.
So our soil scientist, Vijay Maharjan, and me, we discussed about that. Then we think that is too much of nitrogen. Maybe some nitrogen is getting as a greenhouse gas on the air. Some nitrogen is going to the water as a nitrate contamination. Then we decided to do whether the 240 is really necessary, balancing with the yield and oil content. And with respect to higher nitrogen fertilizer cost, then we decided to put a grant and we got it. So this particular trial, we are optimizing that amount of nitrogen and type of nitrogen.
Santra says they are growing 2 different kinds of mint, spearmint and peppermint.
And we'll be putting 4 different nitrogen treatment and 2 different types. One is normal urea, another is coated urea. Coated urea reduces nitrous oxide gas emission and less nitrate contamination. So that's the basically we are trying to do.
The mint was planted in a research plot on May 25th, and Santra had a lot of help.
Well, fortunately, you took our interview. I had 10 students from India. They are the agricultural senior, and they are doing the internship this week and the last week. So this is lots of manual planting. I do not have any mechanical equipment to plant that automatically. So fortunately, I have we are total 17 people here. This project is between Soil Group and my group. So I have 10 students, then my crew, 6 myself and Suzani, graduate student from Soil Group.
The mint trials will be a 3-year research project at the UNL Panhandle Research and Extension Center in Scottsbluff.
The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, a local insurance agent is paying it forward to a Scottsbluff nonprofit. Last week, State Farm agent Joe Mejia presented the Panhandle Humane Society a $5,000 check through the insurance company's 100 for Good campaign, celebrating State Farm's 100th anniversary. Mejia, whose office is just across the street from the Humane Society, explained why he chose PHS as the benefactor.
And then I just actually was looking out the window and also talking to a couple of friends, and one of my friends said, well, how about the Humane Society? And I thought, you know what, they're just out the window here. Yeah. So that's how we selected them.
Mejia is a Scottsbluff County native who opened up his office in Scottsbluff just under 2 years ago and explains why he always loves to give back to the community.
Being from the area and just giving back, I always say that giving has nothing to do with money, it has to do with heart. And helping the youth in the area, whether it's wrestling or softball, baseball, what have you, just helping the valley.
PHS Executive Director Amy Bartholomew says the money will go towards a new room to allow dogs and adopters to get acquainted. Well, that is it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.